Hey Gemini, what's up guys? I hope everybody is well. So I want to come through with a kind of quick what Spirit wants you to know. I'm going to try to be quick because I have personal readings and I have a busy day ahead of me, but I wanted to stop and give you guys a reading. So we'll see how this goes. But if that interests you, go ahead and stick around, Gemini. If you're new to this channel, welcome. My name is Jessica. Please take a look at my description box because that's going to have any information that you would need to know. And yes, this is a Gemini channel. However, if you vibe, you tribe, so go ahead and make yourself comfortable. Gemini, if you're returning, welcome back. I hope that you're well. Hope you're taking care of yourself. I do hope that you're doing what's best for you. Thank you for all the love, all the support. Gemini, thank you for all the good vibes. It really does mean the world, okay? I don't know if you guys noticed, but when this was burning, it's burning like an arrow, right? And then I noticed this the other day when I was taking care of this plant. This leaf right here, I don't know if you can see it, guys. I'm trying to get it on film without breaking it. There's an arrow on it. There's a whole arrow on that leaf, okay? So I don't know if this is like something from Spirit, you're being shown arrows right now, or you're being pointed in the correct direction for you. I also got a very specific message, guys. This is not going to resonate for everybody. If you do any kind of candle work, candle magic, I don't know, okay? Something with candles. When you blow the candle out, the direction that the wind, excuse me guys, the direction that the smoke goes, there's something significant with that direction. Of course, you're going to need to know your north from your south and your east from your west for this to be accurate, guys. But there's something here where it's like wherever the smoke blows, maybe that's the direction you're meant to go, or maybe that's where something's going to be located or something, okay? I don't know. Spirit's saying that you'll kind of know what that's talking about more than I can really explain it, okay? So just take that as it resonates, guys, for sure, all right? Now you have the sun for your intuitive message here, Gemini, and I do feel like what Spirit wants you to know here is that something is healing, all right? I also heard the sun is healing. I also heard you are the sun, okay? There's a couple messages here, so let's start at the top. The sun is healing. First of all, either the sun is actually healing, Gemini, like the sun itself is healing, okay? There could have been something going on with that we didn't know about, or your sun is healing. There could have been an illness or an accident or something, and your sun is healing. I'm also getting the energy of the sun being you, the sun being your core, your self-identity, how you express yourself. That is healing. Maybe you weren't showing up in a very authentic way because maybe you had isolated, or you had cut off your energy, or you had put boundaries up. Maybe you felt like there weren't people around you that supported you fully, or there were like, I don't know, like snakes or rats or something around you. There could have been something like that, so it caused you to kind of pull into yourself. You are showing up with more confidence now, more enthusiasm, and a more accurate energy or accurate representation of who you are, okay? Also, I'm getting just quite literally the sun is healing. It's healing for you in whatever way that resonates, whether that's mental, spiritual, emotional, physical, all of the above. Getting out in the sun and feeling those rays on your body is really going to be helpful for you, okay? So maybe you've been feeling under the weather, or maybe there's been an accident or an illness or something that's been acting up in your energy, Gemini. I feel like Spirit wants you to know that the sun is going to be very healing for you, okay? Now, the message with you are the sun. Gemini, there could be some people that try to rain on your parade. People, I don't know what it is about Gemini energy. I don't know if this is how it is for everybody. I don't read for other signs, okay? But it just feels like people don't like to see you when you're up. They don't like to see you when you're happy. Obviously, this isn't everybody. Of course, you have supporters in your life. You have family, you have friends that really do care about you. But it feels like there's people around you. This could be in a work-related place or something, or a community where it's like if you're too peppy, they're just like, what's got Gemini so happy? Why is Gemini so happy? Of course, I feel like that's a projection because they're miserable within their own lives, right? Happy people don't care that other people are happy. Happy people are happy that other people are happy. You know what I mean? Like, happy people want people to be happy. It's miserable people that don't want people to shine, don't want people to feel good about themselves or about where they're going or the growth that they're seeing in their life, or if good things happen to them, so obviously this is people who are miserable and they are projecting onto you, Gemini, but there could be something that's becoming very clear. Your bullshit detector, or your just your intuition in general, you know, your ESP that you have, it's really at an all-time high right now, and you're seeing people for who they are. So you might be like me and just block, delete, hide user from this channel, right? Not, you know, block them out your phone, whatever. Just, I don't got time for it. I'm not even going to respond. If I feel like your energy is weird, I'm just going to like get you out of my energy, right? I can't stop people obviously from watching this channel that are weird, but you know, I can just make it to where we don't have to experience it, Gemini. We don't have to see the comments. We don't have to deal with it, right? Because when I do that kind of stuff, I'm also protecting y'all, because this is supposed to be a safe place. This isn't supposed to be just whatever people want to put on here and comment and say and do. And, you know, it exposes everybody to that negativity. That's not my whole vibe here. This is supposed to be a place where people can come together for a common ground. And we can all vibe and get along and be happy, because we're happy over here. We like to see people happy. Okay. So there could be something like that going on within your community, within your work. Maybe you come into work with good news or something, and people kind of look at you like, okay, or people treat you differently when you get a promotion, or they treat you differently when you're doing better, and you're just like, oh, okay, I see you. Exactly. I see you, right? I see you for who you are. There's something about that, Gemini, but Spirit doesn't want you to let that rain on your parade. Don't let that stop you from shining. You are the sun. You're the sun within your whole life. You're the energy source. You're what keeps everything going here, right? So it's like if you decide to stop shining, then things just stop for you. So don't let yourself stop because of a few bad apples, or because of people who are miserable within their own life and they don't want to see you happy, right? All right, guys, let's see. We have immense growth coming out. Crazy too, right? All that yellow energy. There could be something with your solar chakra right now that is really being activated. Card number 15, reducing to 6. Okay, so June Gemini's in the his house. I feel like there's something here where you are going through some kind of growth right now. It could have been where it was very up and down. It was very touchy for a second, and you maybe felt like you were going down, but that was just to kind of gain some kind of momentum. It's very likened to the arrow that gets pulled back and then it gets released forward. So you could have felt like you were being taken a few steps back, or things were going downhill for you, but that was just so you could gain some momentum and go up. Because Spirit is telling me that there's one thing that it does know about you, Gemini, is you like a challenge. If somebody tells you you can't, you will, right? And you'll put some stank on it too. Like you'll do it with some damn style if somebody tells you you can't do it, or this isn't going to happen for you, or there's no way. You're like, oh, okay. Right? I'm going to do it, and I'm going to do it in double the time. It's something like that where it's like, you know, if Spirit throws a little challenge in your way, it's something about that that gets you like more motivated, or wanting to prove, you know, everybody wrong. Even Spirit, like, you put all these roadblocks in my path, I'll show you, right? It's giving that kind of energy. I don't know. With the unknown gift here on the bottom of the deck, there could be something that's coming in that you're not even aware of. Okay, you might have a certain plan. You might, and in fact, this red like circle sphere looking thing is really reminding me of the tea leaves, the eagle card, where it says you're very close to achieving your goals or something like that. And that is talking about your sight, your vision, what you have your sight set on. You could really have your sight set on something, you know, ships on the horizon, something you're trying to develop, a goal that you want to achieve. But what Spirit is saying is there's something coming from the left, or it could be the right. I don't know. There's something about direction that's very significant for somebody. Okay. But there could be something coming that you're not even expecting, Gemini. Okay, card number 41, reducing to 5. Okay, my May Geminis, they're like, well, hold up now. Okay. Anyways, 65 could be significant, 56 could be significant, 14, 41, 141, 151. You could be seeing a lot of synchronizing numbers here, Gemini. If you don't have this book yet, I'm not sponsored. Okay, I kind of wish that Kyle Gray would though, because I really like his work. But angel numbers, this is on Amazon and it's actually really affordable. I think it's like 13, 14 American dollars. So I would look into that because it's a great reference book. Okay, I say that a lot, but I just feel like, you know, for the newbies here, just so you know, you see a number, you keep seeing a repeating number, you can easily grab that book, you can look it up, and you can be like, oh, okay, well, that's what it's trying to tell me. Or it can give you a little starting point, and then your intuition can help you develop the rest, right? But anyways, yeah, there's something here that's on the horizon. You could be seeing a lot of birds, maybe flamingos. Okay, I don't know what this bird is right here, but maybe white birds or yellow birds or something. You could just be seeing a lot of birds right now, and that could be speaking of a message that's about to hit your inbox, or you're about to be called, or something like that. Okay, you're about to be called up. There's a chosen type of energy here as well. So yeah, I feel like Spirit, that's way too many. I feel like Spirit wants you to know that there's an immense growth here. But with that illusion that we just saw with the shark, you know, sharks in divination talk about fear. Okay, and maybe even talking or feeling like you're being surrounded by sharks. Okay, what is that Nicki Minaj says? Ocean full of water ocean full of water. Of course it's full of water. It better be fucking full of water. An ocean full of sharks and they all smell blood, okay? That's what she said. That girl didn't say. Anyways, I swear, the Mercury retrograde in me, it's like, what did I do to you? Okay, what did I do to you, Mercury retrograde? Did I don't know, step on your toes or something? Because the Mercury retrograde got it out for me. Anyways, let's see. What else do we have here for Gemini gang, okay? What else do we have here? What do you want Gemini to know, Spirit? Okay. We have Nourish the Shadow. Yeah, so card number 33. All right, you are mastering something that's also reducing to 6. So I don't know, there is something up with my June Geminis. Or maybe something significant is happening in June. But there's this energy here of you are mastering something within your shadow. And this is actually helping you with your transformation, your metamorphosis that's going on, okay? You need to heal something, Gemini, or you've been working on healing something. You've been working on facing something that maybe it was really difficult, okay? It was hard for you to unpack this. It was hard for you to take a look at it because it brought things to the surface that you really didn't want to feel. But there's something here where Spirit is saying that it's important that you look at your shadow. It's important that you see the not so savory parts of yourself, or you experience the not so savory emotions, so you can transform. Some of you guys have definitely been in this cocoon energy, and I do feel like Spirit wants you to know that you are emerging from that a butterfly. Butterflies have been so significant for our collective lately. Okay, showing up in darn near every single reading in different ways. The butterfly has been showing up. So butterflies are just very impactful for you. There's something here where you are going through a great transformation, and you did need to go through your dark night of the soul or your transformation here. Again, like I was saying here with you being the sun. Well, the sun isn't always shining 24/7. It does go on to the other side of the earth to shine sometimes too, right? So there could have been this energy here where maybe you did go through your moon phase, or you were in the darkness a little bit and you had to take a really hard look at yourself, or you had to reconcile something or face something. I feel like you're coming out more triumphant than ever, Gemini. You're coming out more connected than ever with this immense growth here. There's something about your confidence or your self-expression or your authenticity. Something has been boosted here, okay? What else do we have here for Gemini? Spirit, what do you want Gemini to know here? What else do we have here? And we have Actions lead to success, card number 1. This is giving like magician energy with tame and attain. So yeah, there is something here that you're mastering within yourself. This could be a skill set. It could be a talent that you have, a gift, something that was once a hobby, but now is turning to an actual skill set that you have that's very valuable, okay? And what Spirit is saying here is that actions are going to lead to your success, okay? So whereas before, maybe there was this period of pause to, again, reflect, recharge, heal, integrate some things, okay? But now it feels like Spirit is wanting you to take action. But there's something about taking action in a very controlled manner here. Like not just kind of letting it's giving like the Chariot with this energy, not letting the cart and the horse just go all over the place, but being very balanced, which is possibly why you needed to balance that lighter energy with that darker energy within yourself. If you're too light, you're not focusing on the shadow, you're not willing to do the inner work, you're not willing to hear, you're not willing to look at the darker aspects of life, that's going to throw you off when dark things happen. Because life is not always just peaches and cream. Sometimes we do go through these down moments. But if you're also on the other flip of that, or the other side of that coin, if you're only looking at the darkness, if you're only seeing things from a negative standpoint, when good things happen, you're not going to recognize it because you don't expect good things to happen. So there's something here where you really needed to balance yourself out, Gemini. Maybe you were teetering, and if for some of you it feels like maybe teetering on this more darker side, okay? There could also be something with your moon sign that's very significant here. Okay, so take that as it resonates. Dragons are another thing that has been very prominent in our collective recently, and dragons for me talk about strength and wisdom. They also talk about the ancestors and ancestral protection here. So Gemini, I do feel like you have been massively protected while you were nourishing your shadow, okay? Maybe even licking your wounds here is the energy I'm getting. There was something here where people were definitely trying to take shots at you because, like I had said in the beginning of this reading, people, for some reason, some people, not all people, right? But some people like it when you're down. They like it when you're suffering. Maybe because you have this like superhuman type of element to you, Gemini, like you excel at things. Things seem to always kind of work in your favor. You bounce back, you're resilient, you're beautiful, you know, you're magnetic. And so when you have down times, it's like people can relate to that, you know, because they feel like they're always down. There could be a lot of people around you that are stuck in their shadow. So when you come out kind of shining, it hurts their eyes. It's this energy of like when you've been in the darkness for so long and then all of a sudden the light gets turned on, you have to shield your eyes because it hurts. You know, so for you to shine, Gemini, it hurts people around you, unfortunately. And I want to say unfortunately because I do feel like everybody here has some kind of talent, has some kind of skill. They're meant to shine in some kind of way here. Let's get some birds out here for Gemini gang, Spirit, and what you want Gemini to know. What do you want Gemini to know here? I feel like my view is crooked, but I don't know. I can't really tell. If it is, it is. I don't know what to say. You know what I mean? One woman show over here, doing the best we can. All right, we have the gross energy here. It says, embrace the power of dance and movement to access your highest guidance, okay? So there could be something very meditative that's happening here when you dance or when you move or when you do something. I do feel like Spirit wants you to connect with your body, connect with, I don't know, dancing or moving around, maybe working out here, Gemini, could be significant for somebody. But this is going to help you access some kind of third eye connection here when you get moving, okay? So maybe when you're on the treadmill, you have some of your best ideas, or maybe when you're working out, you have some of your best ideas, or you go for walks here, or you sweat it out. Maybe when you get into like, that's too many, when you get into like the shower or something, that helps. That is too many again. What do we have here for Gemini? Oh, okay. We have a condor. This is a channel favorite. This card loves to come out. It says, hold the highest vision for you in your life right now. You now possess the ability to move past any hurdles. That's very significant for me coming out on top of Nourish the Shadow, because it's almost like there's something here where you have, again, a vision for yourself. You have a direction that you want to go or a goal that you want to achieve, and Spirit is saying that you possess the ability to move past any kind of hurdles. So if there was anything that was ever blocking you or standing in your way, Gemini, it was you, okay? But I feel like you might be seeing that now, seeing that you're the one that has the power here, or you're the one that controls the situation, all right? Also, coming back to this energy here with embrace the dance and movement, this always makes me feel like it's a roller coaster or something. So yeah, there could be something here where Spirit's wanting you to embrace the flow of life, right? The current of life. So when the current of life is kind of asking you to just go with the flow, go with it. When the current of life is asking you to kind of fight against it, fight against it. Or if the current is taking you somewhere, allow it to. Don't fight against it. I hope that makes sense to you guys. That's the kind of energy I'm getting here. Like, I feel like something could have been taking you back, and there was maybe a little bit of resistance here, which is possibly why you need to work on some shadow element that was happening. Could have been imposter syndrome. It could have been confidence. It could have been faith, whatever it was, okay? Something when you were taken back, or you felt like you were knocked off whatever path or track that you were on, Gemini. Spirit wanted you to embrace that. Embrace the down times just as much as you're embracing the up times, right? Because whatever knocked you off or whatever was taking you back or bringing you down, it was, again, just so you could gain momentum and move forward and make like double the I want to say profit for somebody. I don't know. That's what happened. That's what they said, profit. But I feel like progress, okay? Double the progress. What else do we have here for Gemini? We have the ostrich. It says, the choice is now clear for you. Follow the wisdom and truth that you feel in your heart. Actions lead to success. So yeah, Gemini, what Spirit is saying, and I love when the birds all move in one direction. You guys know that. It makes me feel like you guys really are in alignment, and you know, you are on the correct path. And I use that very lightly because I don't know if there actually is a wrong path. You know, the path is the path. You know, this isn't life is an experience. So if you're on the right path or the wrong path, it doesn't really matter. Either way, you're experiencing life, right? But there's something here where the choice is very clear for you and what direction is going to benefit you the most for where you want to go, for what vision you have for yourself. So Spirit is saying, make haste. Don't procrastinate, you know? Don't sit around and wait for better options. Don't sit around and wait for an easier path to open up, perhaps for some of you guys. Because for some of you, the key really is right here in front of you. And there could be a sense of lack mentality, or there could be a low confidence energy, or again, imposter syndrome or something that was causing you to not see that you are the key, Gemini, or that the key is right there for you. That's just what I'm getting. This immense growth with the growth energy, what is this talking about for Gemini? For what you want Gemini to know, Spirit, this immense growth. We have the Fool. Okay, Aries, Aquarius energy. Aries reminds me of the Magician too, which I was getting the Magician with this card. So Gemini, there is something here where, again, you have some kind of choice to move forward here. Maybe to move in a certain direction. There could be something significant about that. It feels like in your spirit, you're very ready, but there's something that's holding you back, okay? So there could be a pause here. There could be some apprehension or something where it's like, I'm not really sure. But Spirit is saying to have faith in something and let yourself go. Let yourself fall. Let yourself take the first step. Let yourself be involved in whatever this is with the Fool energy here. And we have an amethyst that she's holding, right? It's almost like that's guiding her. Amethyst talking about your intuition here. So there could be something where your intuition is telling you to go for it, Gemini. You know, go for it. Go with the rhythms of life. Dance with the rhythm of life, right? Allow yourself to be taken on this journey. Because some of you guys could feel like, I don't know if this is going to take me in the right direction. But Gemini, whatever this journey is, this new step, this new beginning, maybe even doing something completely new, something that you've never done before. Whatever this is talking about, it is actually taking you down a path to growth here. And maybe there's something where you need to kind of research something, look into something, make sure you have all the clarity you need in a situation. Some of you could feel like you've been doing everything very much by the book, walking a very tight, thin line here. And Spirit is saying to fall. Allow yourself to, you know? And sometimes the fall, again, is what's actually helping you gain momentum. It feels very counterintuitive here to walk off this cliff of change and allow yourself to kind of, and she's not even looking where she's going either. She's very much being guided by the universe, okay? By her intuition here. It's very instinctual. And it can feel kind of counterintuitive, like that's a dangerous situation. That's very risky. I don't know if that's actually going to work out for me, but the fall is what takes you to a new place. There could be something here where you are maybe moving or traveling or something, but I'm getting like a portal, or I'm getting like something like that, guys, like a portal. Like falling into a portal, and then when you get on the other side of it, it's like you're in a whole new life. So there could be a quantum leap, a quantum jump here in regards to something. Something could take you a lot further than what you're expecting, Gemini. That's another message I'm getting. Okay. This Nourish the Shadow and the Condor energy. What is this talking about for Gemini? We have the Two of Swords. Yeah, because there was some kind of indecision here, or maybe not believing in yourself, or maybe, again, listening to naysayers around you, letting them kind of impact where you're going, or impact how you're seeing a situation, or even how you're seeing yourself. Because like I said, when you're shining bright, there's always going to be people who are like, they want to dampen your parade. Like you have something, you know, happy to talk about, good to talk about. They want to talk about how it's a negative thing for them. Well, okay. You know what I mean? Like, pipe down. There's that kind of energy here where it's like maybe you need to kind of quiet those voices that are tearing you apart. You know, whether this is coming from the outside, other people, or whether this is something within, Gemini. It's a need to listen to your intuition. See how everything is quiet for her? She's very content. She's very sure of her choices that she's making. And that could have been some kind of shadow that you were healing here is the shadow of indecision, the shadow of listening to what other people have to say, the shadow of, not being able to make a clear decision because you couldn't see correctly. Spirit saying that you possess the ability to move past any hurdles that you may have. It's within you, like the power is within you. Like I said with the Five of Pentacles here, the key is within you. With the High Priestess here, Spirit is saying not to listen to your anxiety, not to listen to your ego, not to listen to the naysayers, right? Or the negative Nellies, or the people who don't have any kind of clear direction within their own life. They're lost too. Taking directions from a lost person, y'all are just both going to be wandering around lost, Your intuition is always going to guide you correctly. You have an internal GPS here. Even if it's taking you in a direction that you're like not really sure of, again, over here. It's like that, I wasn't expecting that, or I wasn't expecting to move in that direction. But Spirit is saying that it is possible for you to make something out of this. I also feel like there was something here where somebody was really indulging in that indecisiveness energy because it helps them not have to make a choice. And if they don't have to make a choice, they're not in control. And if they're not in control, then none of this really falls on them. Well, if I never made a choice to go after my dreams, then I could never fail at going after my dreams, and then I'm not a failure. It's like taking that accountability out of your own journey here. If you take the choice out of it, if none of this is your fault, or if you don't have any say in it, then it's a lot easier for you to just kind of bypass the fact that things haven't happened the way that you wanted them to. Well, it just wasn't in the cards for me, because had it been in the cards for me, I would have rocked that shit, right? But you always had the ability to rock that shit. You just needed to believe in yourself, and you need to go after it. You stayed stuck in this tangled up energy of, well, I don't have a choice in anything. Yes, you do, Gemini, okay? That's not for everybody, clearly. That's for somebody, though, okay? What is this? It's actions lead to success with the ostrich, because there is a choice here. We see that with the Two of Swords. I actually see a choice energy with the Fool, too, because you're making that choice to jump off that cliff, Gemini. You ain't being pushed. There's no other energy out here pushing her. She is making the active choice to go down this path, to start something new, to go into the unknown here, to give something a shot, to believe in herself, basically. What is this? Actions are now leading to success with this ostrich energy. We have the Queen of Pentacles. So the choice is clear for you now. Follow the wisdom and truth you feel within your own heart. Doesn't she feel very sure when you look at her? She feels sure. She feels sturdy. She feels stable. She feels very grounded, very secure within herself, right? Very regal. There's a power here that emanates from her, and it's very calm and controlled power as well. I get with this Queen of Pentacles here in particular, So this could definitely be talking about your stability, maybe a foundation, a house perhaps, a new contract, a new job, maybe something within your health, okay? But there's something here with the Queen of Pentacles where it's like you need to take some kind of action in regards to something, and you've been maybe feeling out a situation, you've been trying to reflect on this. The time of reflection is over, because again, we can get caught in that very it's very insidious, right? Getting caught in that trap of making a decision. If we never make a decision, then again, we don't have any responsibility over anything. Spirit wants you to take some kind of responsibility over something. Spirit wants you to take accountability or an ownership over your own life and your own path and where it's going, Gemini. Don't leave it up to anybody else or even the forces of nature, because they're showing me like a windstorm that's swirling around, and it's like, sometimes the forces of nature are just going to take you here, there, everywhere. You need to be the captain of your ship. You need to work with the winds to take you, okay? So that's what I'm kind of getting here. Again, this was just meant to be a very kind of quick message, okay? Let's get some additional messages here. I think this is the Animal Spirit Oracle or something like that, or I forget, but it's an animal oracle. What do we have here for Gemini? Advice and additional messages for what you want them to know. We have the Electric Eel Spirit, card number 24. That's 6. I don't know, okay? There's something about them 6s, Gemini, all right? Bring your ideas to life. Wow, that's crazy, coming out on top of that immense growth with the Fool. It's like the time is now. You know, maybe you're feeling really motivated, or there's been some kind of fire or a sense of electricity that's hit you, Gemini, but it's time for you to bring something to life. They're showing me Frankenstein too, and they're showing me how like he was kind of just, not to be graphic guys, but he was kind of just like a corpse energy. Like, you know, he had been patched together by the mad scientist and nobody really knew if this was going to work, and maybe people didn't believe in the mad scientist. Obviously not if they called him mad, right? Like that, he crazy. He crazy thinking he can take these unanimated bodies and just shock them and bring them to life, but he did it, right? So there's something here where it's like against all odds, or you might have people again around you saying, oh no, that's crazy. You're going to crash your chariot. You know, this is not going to work out for you. You know, there could be something here where, again, there's been a lot of fear surrounding something, or there's almost something where it just feels like this is crazy. There's no way that this is going to work out. Yes, it will, Gemini. Okay, yes, it will. You just need to bring an idea to life. You need to put some kind of electricity behind it, or some kind of life force or something here is the energy that I'm getting, okay? Advice and additional messages. Okay, we have card number 43, the Owl Spirit. You see clearly now. Wow. Love how these cards are just, every single card is lining up with the original card. That's just amazing when that happens to me, okay? So you see something very clearly now, Gemini, okay? And that was the problem before. And it was, maybe there was, again, a moment where you needed to be in that indecisiveness. You needed to figure it out, and maybe you needed to figure it out on your own. We talked about that in the most recent reading, where it's like you were left in the pit to kind of climb yourself out, and maybe you were feeling a little bit resentful because it's like, well, I always, you know, offer a helping hand to help other people out of the pit, but where's my hand? Where am I getting help from? I'm just feeling like I'm just left alone. I'm all tangled up, you know? But there's something where you needed to come down to a certain conclusion yourself, because then you were going to trust it more. If somebody's always here telling you what to do, like me, for example, if I'm always telling you what to do, there's always going to be a level of skepticism there, which is fine. There should always be a healthy level of skepticism within anything, you know? Even for me being a tarot reader and having my spiritual tendencies, I can still be very skeptical, okay? So there was something about you needing to develop this yourself. You needed to come down to this idea. You needed to have this conclusion within yourself, because that's the only way you're truly going to trust something. And you do see something very clearly now. Owls could be very significant for you, Gemini. Okay, you might even hear the owls hoo or something outside your window or in the forest or something like that, or you could see an owl or owls. You could just have an encounter with an owl that could be very significant, Gemini. That's for somebody. But I do feel like there's something here where you're finally starting to see something clearly or hear something clearly, because you have blocked out the noise and you've also started trusting yourself in regards to something, okay? Okay. Last one, we have the Nightingale Spirit, card number 41, okay, 5. Oh, and this is 7, by the way. It says love is all around. Also with 7s here, life path 7 for somebody, or life path whatever numbers I've mentioned. Take it as it resonates, but particularly for 7, because I'm a life path 7, I know that that is a life of spiritual struggle, a life of spiritual development, and it can always feel like things are a struggle, even if people don't necessarily see that. I don't give a fuck what people see. That's the thing. You know, I've had a lot of people in my life try to tell me about my story and who I am and what I'm going through. Very few people know what I actually go through on the daily, how hard I am on myself, how low my confidence can be sometimes. So when somebody tries to tell me, oh, but Jessica, you're this and you're that and you're this, don't tell me about me. I'll tell you about me as soon as I figure it all out, okay? There's something here with that for sure. I feel like there's just something going on where you've been on a journey here, and your journey is deeper than what people try to make it out to be, or the surface level. There's a lot that's swirling around inside that maybe people don't see around you, Gemini. That's why it's hard for you to take advice from other people or listen to other people's opinions of things, because they're not going through the struggle that you are. They're not fighting the same things that you're fighting, right? That's why it's important for you to come down to your conclusions in life so you can see clearly, all right? I just need to say that. Anyways, Nightingale Spirit, love is all around. And when you're making choices based off of love, whether this is love for yourself, whether this is love for another person, love for the divine, okay? It's better than making a choice based off of fear. Like, Spirit doesn't want you to make a choice based off of a scarcity, okay? This and that are true. So there can be, again, the light and the dark aspects within you. You can be light and you can also be dark, and you need both. That's the true essence of the Chariot card, right? You need both the light and you need both the dark aspects of life to help you move forward, the yin yang energy. And I feel like there's a balance there that you're starting to cultivate from that, okay? All right, Gemini, that has been your reading. I hope it helped. It was just a little quickie, like I said. I hope it helps, hope it resonates, hope it does something, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.